What's good, fam? We back in this thing, baby. Man, I'm looking at this chat go live. I got to shout out one of the fam because, the live started 7. But almost about an hour and a half, 2 hours almost close to go, fam left the comment. I'm put it up there. I got to shout you out, fam, because I know you're going to watch it again. Our fam, Charles, he new to the fam too. Talking about he gonna be asleep at 8. And I ain't mad at it because we gonna talk about this today. That's what we talking about. There's a price. He say he gonna be asleep, but he gonna watch the live when he get going tomorrow. And I ain't mad at you, fam. Get your rest so you can be fully rested to get the bag. But hey, man, I appreciate you for watching the content, joining the fam, all the great things. And I'm talking about Charles is so on it. Not only did he leave his comment, I'm looking at it now. Charles already booked the one-on-one for next Sunday. He got the first one out the gate. So, Charles, we're going to be talking, fam. If not in the comments, we're going to talk next Sunday. You the first one-on-one for the day. So, I ain't even mad at you. But I'll tap back into that minute. Man, what's going on, fam? We have had a fun event. The week started out great. It ended great. Don't get me wrong. It ended great, too. But, it's always a hiccup that or a hurdle or an obstacle that, the man we don't talk about, try to throw at your boy. And, we got to overcome them things. And I'll tell you about the obstacle because that's what we're going to be talking about today because it's a price to be in it and in this game as well as any other game. So we got to get a video to y'all. The last video we did when we went to San Antonio. I don't even remember where we picked up at. But anyway, so got to San Antonio. Wasn't feeling it. I told y'all, your boy. I give you an hour, maybe 2. I got some breakfast. And I was like, it's time to go home. Man, we got to going home. Those of you that know what I'm about to explain the route, go down I-10. But, I'm from Houston, north side, boy. Outside all day. But I was like, hey, I saw some lows. I was actually working on one. But they was like 3 of them picking up from the airport. So I got the I-99. And I'm like, hey, let me get on I-99. I can shoot across and get the 59. So it's I-99 and you get all the way across the other freeways to get to 59 and take 59 by the airport. I was like, I'm being placed because I got a couple lows I'm working on. Going down 99. Some said because I got to an exit that I'm like, hey, if don't nothing pan out, I can just shoot to the house and don't have to backtrack. So I got off right there and I'm like, all right, I can just shoot down this way if I go to the house. Man, I sat there and I was talking back and forth and I had one on the hook. He said, give me a few minutes. It was going to be local, like 19 miles. Pick up for the next day. It was going to be pick up the next day. And I'm like, this is great. I can just shoot home, pick it up in the morning. It was going to be like 19 miles for 150. So I said, all right, that's the other 2 had already gone. So I got on the freeway and got ready to hit 99 to get back on where I'm going. All of a sudden I heard a pow. I'm like, whoa. Whoa, what's going on? This is me talking. I'm yelling, what's going on, Chip? We good? And I heard, I'm like, oh my goodness, something went pop. I'm looking, I don't see no flat tires. I get on over because I can't give it no gas. It was only going by 20 miles an hour. I looked under the hood and I'm just watching the engine go, making all kinds of noise. I say, Chip, we not did something to this engine. Say, what is we gonna do? Now, your boy, because it ain't like when we was out in Arizona. We was in Vegas when we broke down the last time. Like, we bought a house. So I looked, I'm like, all right, I'm about 20-some miles from my mechanic. Say, Chip, we can sit on the side of the road and wait for a tow truck. But if you know 99, it ain't really no place to sit. I said, we're going to have to go and limp it. So your boy hit them hazard lights, and me and Chip was in the on the shoulder with hazard lights. Yeah. Got off the highway and went down our street by 20-some miles, and we got it to the mechanic. I don't call it the mechanic. I call it the clinic. Had to put my boy in the hospital. And I was like, Chip, we're going to see what's going on with you. I told the mechanic, hey, figured out this was going on. Let me know what the issue is. We'll take care of it. It ended up not being bad. When we got in Las Vegas, we had the issue with the coils, and we got all the spark plugs changed. But one of the spark plugs must have been a faulty one, and it popped. It didn't mess up nothing, no threads and all that stuff. So they was able to fix it, got it all fixed back up, got my boy out the hospital. He hit us for $520. But it's all good. We talk about the maintenance money, plus it's a price that you gotta pay. But I'm gonna go on getting the price in just a minute. I gotta holler at there because y'all is in this thing. Let's see. What's going on, V? What's good? What's going on? Yeah, it's been a minute. I was gonna put an APB out on you. I see. So y'all, you know your boy. I tell y'all to watch other content because I watch other content too. I was gonna put an APB out on you, V, because I seen you prior to some other content creators, and I ain't mad about that. But come holler at us every now and then. Just throw us the deuce in passing. Let us know you still doing good, and I do hope everything is going good for you, fam. What's good? The Quicks is in the building. Not Charles. I thought you was supposed to be asleep. Look at y'all. I told you I stayed up for a while. I wanted to catch my first live. Man, that's how I be. I be like that too on Sundays. I'll be ready to talk to y'all, but I appreciate you for staying up, fam. Oh, we got that Superman Clark Clint Sr. in the building. What's going on, fam? Ro is in the building. Hey, I let you know, Chip is good. He parked outside. We good. My boy didn't have to stay long. He only had a 2-night visit. That was only because the main maintenance guy, that mechanic that normally works on because I built a relationship with the owner, been taking vehicles to him for a couple of years, and the head guy was off the next day. So we limped him in on Wednesday. The main guy was off on Thursday. So he got him straight on Friday. We picked him up Friday. He back. He's at home. Now, don't get me wrong. Silver Surfer, that's the navigator. Now, we just swapped him out. We just went and took him because I figured it's maintenance time. It's a price you got to pay to do this thing. Not just business, but life. And it was just time to do a lot of maintenance. So, yeah, I just swapped them out. We took Silver Surfer. That's the navigator. That's who did all the VHO, who got him started in this thing. And we just dropped him off, picked up Chip, came on back to the house. But yeah, I see everybody come kept in this building. What's going on? What's going on, Rick? What's going on? But yeah, I want to talk about this because it's a price. It's a price to this, like I just said, this game into life. And let's break it down because I had my grandpa, he used to tell me this all the time. He say life got a price. You either gonna pay in the beginning or you're gonna pay in the end. And it took me some years to understand that. And so, but when I finally did, I started moving different. And what he was basically trying to say, and I passed this on, I'm talking about I be trying to beat this in my kids' head because I want them to understand. You either pay in the beginning or pay in the end. And it didn't hit me till my military years when I started, volunteer, because military in the beginning, you got to volunteer and do certain things. And one of mine was going to the VFW, going to different VFWs on different bases and talking to the older retired veterans and all that. And I started learning what that pay in the beginning, or pay in the end means. So you can either do the work in up front when we're younger, talking about life, like whether that be go to school, that start a business, a family, I don't care, decide. Everybody has their different strokes for different folks. Or you're going to have to pay in the end. Think about your health. If you don't get out there and work out and eat right and do all the stuff you're supposed to do, it's going to affect you at the end in life. You can party all you want, your 20s, 30s, go out, eat what you want, drink what you want, do all that. But then it catches up with you and you pay that price in the end. You have health issues. You can't get out there and work out like you want to outside of the normals. And the same goes with money. If you don't set up stuff for retirement later and you want to just have fun in the beginning, guess what? You're going to pay that price in the end and wonder why you're working long, long years. And that's when my dad, being who he was, like, you going to the military, we're not going down that spill again. But let's talk about the price, because we just put Chip in the clinic and had to get him fixed. And one of the questions when we're doing one-on-ones that we get talked to is like, hey, what do I need coming in this thing? How do we get started? All that great stuff. If we wouldn't have put that work in the beginning, when Chip would have had to go to the clinic, we wouldn't have had it what we needed to do, and it would have just started a ripple effect. He would have been in the shop longer, or I wouldn't have been able to take him to the shop. And it just would have started a ripple effect that made you not make money, not be able to do this. And so you're just losing days, weeks, months, and it just keeps going. So it's a price to play to come in this game. And we had a fam today. We did the one-on-one and we talked a little bit about this. And he was just getting started. I'm not going to tell all this stuff, but he was just getting started. And he was just like, hey, where do I start at? Because I'm thinking about buying a van. When you peel the onions back, because we all be right there ready to get out there and go get them because we're fast with it. We want to go get that money. But it was little things. That's why I tell y'all, get gig gaps. Because if something go wrong, you can go gig gap some stuff. But I was like, get gig apps. Don't worry about the van yet. Let's do this, this, and this. And we went through steps and all that before we got to the van. And afterwards, it made sense because it was like, if I would have did that, I would have put myself in a situation where if anything goes wrong, and you never know when something might go wrong because life be lifing. And if something happens, now you're out of luck because you didn't pay the price in the beginning to set your stuff up the proper way. Remember, I told you when we've been doing stuff, I'm like, yeah, we're going to get to that. But we got to do these steps first, because if we just jump into that and start doing it, we're going to mess something up. And then y'all going to be looking at BG like, man, you're supposed to be helping us build a business, set our family up. And you skipped steps and this went wrong. And all of a sudden, we got to sit back. We got to start over again. And I'm not trying to have y'all do that. So today we're going to talk about, there's a price to this. Y'all probably like, what is you talking about? This finna break down in the business. I share certain parts of my life because it all goes hand in hand with business. And I'm finna tell you why. Know what? Before we do that, finna holler at the fam right quick. What's going on, fam? What's good, y'all? I see you. Let us transport. Yo, you in the building, fam. Let us see. Rick say, getting my credit up. I forgot. I'm sorry, fam. Put it on the screen. Getting my credit up. I'm at 650 right now. I love achievements. By January, I'll be good. Good place. Have a decent amount to set aside. My DOT, MC number, and finance my cargo van. See, that's the way you make plans. That's the way you strategize. And you're literally paying the price up front so that when the time comes, you don't have to go back and pay that price. Remember, if some, like, say, for example, we weren't in the situation we were in, Chip had to go in there and say it was 520, and I needed to hustle up 520. Instead of Silver Surfer going in the shop, I would have gotten him. And we would have started hitting them gig apps, Amazon Flex, DoorDash, all that, because we would have had the backup. That's why I always say, we don't have the big boy money with the box trucks and the big rig. So instead of, if we're building up capital, this is when we go back and go back to gig app. And I remember when I tell you we do those little, the baby bags, those baby bags, these are builder bags. 2 baby bags that we stack and put to the side that fixes Chip. I hope everybody's picking up throughout the video. That's why I'll be saying, day ones, I know you get it. New fan, that's why I'll be like, go back and watch the old videos because it tells you about those baby bags. We picked up enough baby bags over the past, 6 months or so, 6-7 months. We picked up enough baby bags that this $520 bill would have got fixed by Chip 6, 7, 8 times. You know them $250, $300 loads, the ones that everybody be like, I couldn't do that, BG, not Dallas to Austin for $250. That's 219 miles. Those are those builder blocks, those baby bags. See what I'm saying? That's how you got to build business. And I'm finna break it down because we finna talk business tonight and learn about this price you got to play. You are not late. I tell y'all all the time, you're not late, fam. You just in time. You pick up from right here, and then when we finish, go back and write the beginning. I promise you ain't never late. There you go. The quicks, learning the ropes still makes easy. Even to start small is helpful advice, not meant to hurt your pride. It ain't supposed to. I promise you. And I'm finna tell you why. Now, brother Neil, you not late. We talk all the time. You not late. You good, fam. But let's talk about this starting small. I'm going to use myself. Your boy always talk about Buc-ee's. I got to go in Buc-ee's, but one of the teachings methods that I learned throughout my life, when I tell you about personal and professional development, one of the teaching methods that I picked up and learned throughout my careers of teaching courses and classes and mentorship, mentoring others, people mentoring me, is the nuggets that you drop that are subconsciously seated in your head to when it comes out, it makes sense. So, we talk about Buc-ee's. Your boy got to go get the cheesesteak burrito, or I got to get that 3 meat, with the turkey, the brisket, and the sausage. You know what I'm talking about. I ain't got to go through that. But I was doing that for a reason, because I need y'all to have anchors. Those are anchor points to this. I'm helping, showing, and teaching business from my point of view, because don't get me wrong, it's other ways to do stuff. It's just your boy BG point of view. Those are my anchor points that I need. So when I reference back, when I be like, hey, go back to this video, reference points. So let's stick with Buc-ee's. I talk about the food. I never tell y'all to go to Buc-ee's for gas. There's a reason why. It's not that Buc-ee's doesn't have good gas. The gas is actually normally cheaper at Buc-ee's than it is in the surrounding area, wherever that Buc-ee's is. And the reason that is Buc-ee operates off of a loss leader, LOSS, space leader. Loss leader marketing. If you don't know what that is, fam, loss leader marketing is where you have like a product or service that you sell at a lower price than what it normally would go, or what it costs to make or costs to do business. You sell it at a lower price because you have a bigger niche market that you're trying to pull them to. In the case of Buc-ee's, their gas is normally cheaper in that area than you normally would pay for everything else, because they want to get you in the store. They want you to buy the cheesesteak burrito. They want you to buy all that barbecue. They want you to buy those beaver nuggets. They want you to go in there and be like, Buc-ee's is the Walmart of gas stations. Loss leader. But nobody thinks right there. Remember, you went with me. We dropped the nugget on, forgot what video or picture, whatever. Hey, we at go home, handle some business. We in Sam's Club. Sam's Club, Costco, lose whatever you want to. Because money has to make sense in my mind. But Sam's Club also operates at a loss leader. You can go in there since I was a little kid, you can go in there and get a hot dog combo, the hot dog with the drink for like $1.50. $1.50. And that $1.50, that Sam's Club wants you in there. They're gonna get you in there for the $1.50 hot dog and soda. You got to think, if this hot dog and soda was $1.50 20-some years ago, how are they still managing that? Because it's a loss leader. It's to get you in the building. Well, we finna have a lesson today, because that's the price that they're willing to pay to get the other part of their business to grow. Now, one of the fam asked me in the video, why do you always say it takes a tank of gas when I'm deadheading? And we talked about this a little bit, about how I factor in that into the CPM. That deadheading the tank of gas is not to tell you that it's not factoring the CPM. Because remember, I told you, CPM is already, keep with me, it's factored in at 10,000 miles per month. I'm normally doing 3,000 or so miles a week. Sometimes less, but it's always sometime in there I'm going to have a week off. So we're factoring in 9,000, but I already put that loss leader tank of gas in there. So when I tell you I will spend $40, $50 for a tank of gas to go, because that's my loss leader, that's the price I'm willing to pay. And I told y'all, if you're going to deadhead somewhere, make sure that the load or the price is double in mileage. So for example, if I got a deadhead $3.50, that means that load is automatically at $1 a mile. You're thinking automatically going to be $700+ loss leader. I'm going to sacrifice the $40, $50. That's the price I'm willing to pay to get to the $700-$800. You sticking with me? So look at this on a big scale of business, the price you're willing to pay. Those loss leaders, when I tell you the baby bags that you're not supposed to ball out on the cargo van money yet, that's the price you have to be willing to pay to build the business. And that's the money that you tuck away for when things happen, like Chip going to the clinic, like Buc-ee's getting you in the store, Sam's Club doing the hot dogs, us deadheading to get the load to the. It starts to make sense. And I know it can get thrown off because we listen to people that, not y'all fam, but people talk on social media, talk on platforms, act like they got something that they're talking about. But at the same time, if you peel back the onion, 9 times out of 10, they don't have a business. They're not trying to do a business. They just talking off of talking points they heard somebody else say, blah, 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 blah. I tell you, receipts all the time. That's why you have to understand who you're listening to. So it's a price to pay. We finna get in there, because y'all, let me give you a second, because y'all is in here talking in there, chat. Hey, you got to talk to the fam. I see you transporter. Boy, that transporter is in the building, man. I don't know how you do it. I'm glad you got some rest, transporter. You've been running all over the place, like 2,000 some miles in like 2 days. I've done it before. I know you're playing, but yeah, you keep that up, because I got to get me some rest, and I'm glad you got some rest and got up out of Laredo. But what did he do? To get up out of Laredo, if y'all ain't been keeping up with the transporter, he had to leave out of Laredo. He deadheaded back to San Antonio. But before he left, somebody in his comments mentioned where he was going, and he told them to go to Houston. But remember, I told you, just like the transporter, on the way to Houston, he got that load from San Antonio. So San Antonio got up out of there, but he was not finna stay there and fight with people in Laredo. My mindset, like y'all, if I don't find it on the way there, I'm already heading out as soon as it drops. I'm gonna be looking when I leave, but when I get so far away, I ain't turning around. But you ain't missing nothing. You ain't missing nothing. I'm telling you right now. Finn Dog is in the house, fam. What's good? What's good? Off subject, I'm ready for football. First game of the season, Buckeyes versus Texas. Now you know better than that. I'm willing to bet a friendly wager with you. I know we got a meeting on Sunday. I know that. First game of the season. If the Buckeyes beat Texas, schedule another one-on-one. It's gonna be on me. Yeah, the transporter about I never get gas from buckets. Hey, it's whatever. I'm just saying that's the loss leader. That's what they use to get everybody in there, to get everybody in the business. So now, let's go back. Let's rewind a little bit because we're talking about the price you have to pay. Now, I know based off of analytics, the rough age and gender of, the fam over here, because we got fam from all ages, but I know the majority. So this right here, I'm finna talk to the majority right now. Men. Now, remember when we, high school, college if you went, no nothing, but mainly high school, you couldn't tell us nothing. Talking about whether it's sports, whether it's trying to talk to the ladies, whatever the situation may be, you couldn't tell us nothing. Because at that time, we had paid the price. We was running around, playing outside, working out, lifting weights, athletic, just doing any and everything. But along the way, and that's back in the day when we can eat whatever we want and didn't have to think twice about it. But along the way, we started declining in certain things. We kept eating what we wanted, but that working out and doing certain things started to decline. Then, late 20s, early 30s, we finna get back into it. But we can't put in the same thing because the price that you have to pay costs a little bit more. You got kids, you got family, you got everything. Something comes up, you can't stick to that set schedule versus when you didn't have all that when you was in high school. Then you start hitting in that 40s and now you're trying to eat better, but you can't work out as much. Remember, we talked about this in a previous video way back. It was talking about the three things that you have, the time, the money, and the energy. And that time, money, and energy thing start going because the price you pay when you're younger, you got all the energy, you got all the time, but you ain't got no money. The price to pay is you're supposed to, back then, you're supposed to use your time and energy to set you up to make that money. All of us didn't do that. Understandable. We didn't pay the price, but we paid in the beginning. We paid it in the end. So as you get older, your time and energy starts to go down, but you start to get a little bit, a couple dollars, and it plateaus in your 30s and 40s. But then as you continue to get older, you have more money, less time, less energy. That's the price you got to pay. And now, because y'all see, I know y'all was cracking jokes with me off that last picture we put up. The wife put a video in the community on the reel or whatever of me walking the backyard. The quick say we need to put down some turf. That turf wouldn't work in Texas. Arizona, yes. But the price that we had to pay to be able to do that, not for one, but to set it up for other people, family, whatever, got me in the backyard working and walking off the yard. And then it turns into, we need a garden. We're switching the price that we have to pay right now because guess what? Tomorrow's going to come. A week later is going to come. A month is going to come. Years are going to come. It's a new price that we have to pay now to make sure that remember, loss leader, we're paying a price now for what we need to have happen to us when we start hitting the 50s and 60s and 70s. So don't get it wrong. I know some of us will be like, I wish I would have paid that price then. I know some of us are already in the transportation game and we didn't build that nest egg that we wanted as big as we wanted it to be before we got started based off of the lessons that we got learned now. But now that we know them now, we have to start doing things now. Can't go back to the past. You can't go. We talked about that. Life is full of all these lessons. You got to pay enough lessons. Don't keep paying it. We know what we did wrong. Now we know that we have to start doing and implementing certain things now, the price, so we don't have to pay that price in the future. I'm going to tell you about that in a minute. I see families out here talking. Appreciate you, fam. Appreciate you. What? El Paso has 20 sprinters lined up at the pilot. It was time to go. I told you. Nah, you're going to have to tell me down here. What got you out there? Because unless the load pay, because your boy, I'm going to go out there. What got you out there? Nah, transport, I'm going to let you make it with this roll tide. I'm going to let you make it only for one reason. There's nothing else in Alabama for y'all to root for. Y'all don't have no other teams. No, nothing. All y'all got is Roll Tide. So I'm going to let you have that one. I'm not going to go hard on you today. But when football season starts, we going to have us a talk. What's going on, Mike, in the building out of that spring Texas? Me and Mike already chopped it up. Hit the quicks. If we see 20 sprinters lined up, we moving out of the state. But remember, this is the good thing about the state. You can see 20 sprinters lined up in El Paso. I don't know what state we're going to go to because you could cross right on over, not even a few miles, and be in New Mexico. But I tell y'all, the reason I can't go back out there because from El Paso to Los Angeles, I can leave El Paso, drive the price you pay because I paid this price. I told you I was just test dummy. To drive from El Paso to Los Angeles, I can do that faster. I can literally be in the van and leave El Paso and drive to Los Angeles and get to Los Angeles, California faster than I can if I left El Paso and drove to Houston. That's the price I had to pay to learn that lesson. I've flown all around, but I ain't never drove it. Price I had to pay. That's why I can't go back out there. No. You didn't miss nothing, J Harv. You didn't miss nothing. Don't worry. We gonna wrap it all up at the end like we all do. Y'all killing me with this hand roll tie. y'all gonna fight that. I ain't even gonna let y'all. I'm gonna let y'all make it with that. But no, let's get back because there's a price you gotta pay, and the reason this is that part. He asking the question. Rich telling us Phoenix to Alabama, Alabama to El Paso. By the way, okay. I'm gonna let you make it with the War Eagle. Y'all can have your rings. They was pretty nice, but I'm gonna let y'all have it. I'm not finna go all into that. I'm glad you're moving out there though, fam. But to understand the price, I'm finna hit y'all with something that we haven't done in none of the lives or none of the talking. I'm finna shift this around real fast, just for a split second, because I told y'all that man to put Chip in the clinic. But we never do this. And a part of, I guess you could say, learning, a part of understanding, a part of growing is sitting back and putting it out. If we was a one-on-one and we worked together and I actually saw y'all every morning coming into the office and got to know families and kids, this would have happened this way. I know we talk and I yell at certain people because I pick up certain things. But I want to take this moment, just brief, however long we need, to flip it back around. Because for one, I appreciate all y'all out there, fam. But I want to flip it around. I want y'all in the chat. Just, fam, drop in the chat. Tell us moments in life, whether it's recent, past, that you had to pay a price for something because you got to pay a price. Remember, it's a lesson learned. You got to pay a price, and you look back and be like, it's either, I don't know if y'all know Judge Toller. I love, man, Judge Toller is crazy. I love him. It's, she call it a stupid tax. It's a price you had to pay for something that you did or learned, because it ain't always negative, but you had to pay a price for something and a lesson that you learned going forward to not have to pay that price again, or in Judge Toller's fact, that stupid tax. What was that thing that you had to pay? And the reason I'm asking this question, because it's others out there that are going through things and dealing with stuff, whether it be cargo van business or life, that we hit those moments, we think we the only one dealing with it. We think this only is happening to us. And we share all the great things, the knowledge to make money. We share all the information of different brokers and dispatchers and why we moving loads or how we moving from here to here to here. Let's drop some knowledge, because we got some younger fam in there and part of this fam, young people that's part of this fam, and people that are just getting started and joining us over here. Give them some of the nuggets of stuff that you paid the price for, to let them know, like, you ain't the only one that paid the price. I don't want everybody thinking that BG the only one running out here being a test dummy for everybody. We all go through it. So tell stuff you went through, whether it's the van, whether it's life, relationship, whatever it is. What price did you have to pay? So we can all understand that we all out here paying the price together, and it's just different points in life that you need to start paying the price now, so you don't have to pay the price later. I'm gonna give y'all a second to do that, and I'm gonna talk about something else while y'all dropping that knowledge in the chat. And while that's going on, while y'all dropping them nuggets, I gotta shout out to fam and be like, tell y'all we appreciate you. So after two videos, well, the last video, we haven't dropped the video from San Antonio. So a video ago, we dropped the information for the different books for personal development, the car move, van traffic, the gift seeker. I know y'all probably don't see it. They're sitting right behind me. Let's do it. Your boy keep all this stuff everywhere. Y'all remember I told you the stuff like Bucky's in your back of your mind. It's been actually sitting in the picture for y'all for the longest. We talked about this book getting dropped. Talked about this book. Oh yeah. You think I'm playing? Your boy's on the back of them. Your boy's on the back of them. I can't even reach the other book. It's way over there in the corner. It was a total of 16 that were paid for. I don't know who it is because Amazon don't show you the actual information. It could have been one person that bought all three. It could have been one person bought 4 or 5. I don't know. All I know is I want to say again, because y'all don't have to do none of that. Appreciate y'all for even doing that, because it's another way that's showing love, and I appreciate it. I know we show love over here, but I just want to thank y'all for that, and I appreciate y'all for that. we got one for Rich. I'm finna tell it to y'all. Ran into another scam load Friday. Rate con incomplete. Logo looked photoshopped. Silver says one company and customer said another. Pick it up at the residence. Just some questions. Just some cues I'm using. Funny thing is they had a care packet. Maybe I was wrong, but it wasn't risk. I wasn't risking it. This is a good example. So we've all run around and we've already done this. This is, fam, if you're getting started or thinking about it, these are situations we don't want. I've paid it. Rich is telling you about it. Other people telling you about it. We paid that price before. I've actually had this happen twice. Went with something. It said like it was factored under OTR Solutions. Come to find out, they stopped being factored by OTR Solutions probably right as I was getting the load. It seemed a little janky. It sounded like you was talking to somebody that was sitting in a little room somewhere with no, this was janky. And ended up having to wait for payout for like 30 days or something. That happened twice. So the next time I'm like, I'm not falling for this again. But then one time I got a load. Where was it at? Matter of fact, it was the 2 loads, pick them in Oklahoma, going to Florida. I knew it was a risk. And I say, well, it was $800 something. It's a risk. If I got to wait 30 days to get it, it ain't going to hurt your boy. We just going to have to wait 30 days. And we ran with it. And we ended up having to wait the 30 days. But I expected that to happen because of the first time I got done that way. And it was for like $300 something. I had to wait. Price I had to pay for that. That's why I was always telling you, make sure they factored with your factoring company. I don't care who your factoring company is. Ask them for how to make sure that the broker or a broker is factorable with you, because don't want you to pay that price of having to run a load. And now you could remember, we talked about setting aside money, but you've run a load and you not drove 500, 700, 800 miles. You get there, drop it off, and now they want you to wait 30 days. Everybody's not in the situation to wait that long. So that's why I'm always hammering down, make sure your factoring company, because those are prices I paid. You just seen Rich. That's a price that he had to pay. Now let's keep going, because I want everybody to know the prices that we all out here paying for stuff. The quicks are stupid tax. Not getting a financial mentor sooner in life. Ooh-wee. Come here. A little bit closer. Because this is a tax I think we all pay. I don't care who you are. It could just be your regular 9 to 5. If you don't have somebody helping with financial advice, you need to get somebody ASAP, because we all keep paying the price. We all are still paying the price. We ain't going to go in there. That's another lie, but get you somebody that knows financial advice to help you with your life, because if you don't now, when it comes time to get set up, if you don't have that 401k, if you ain't got that life insurance set up, you see people all the time with GoFundMe's. We don't have people to teach us financial advice to know that. Let's say for life insurance, the simple life insurance, just to give you the basics, to get you some barrel money and leave a couple dollars to your family, can be $50 a month. And we know we throw $50 away all the time. That's a tank of deadhead gas, but we're not going down there. Get you some financial advice. I appreciate that one, Quick. That was a good one. Let's see. What's up, Chris? What up? Really digging the title. Price you pay, love it, bro. Shout out from Charlotte. Keep them going, and I'm going to keep taking notes. Hey, fam, that's what we all here for. That's all we here for. J Har got one. I want to share this. Coming out of Arizona, getting $1 is easier for lows under 500 miles. And if it goes to Cali, cool. That works for me. See, that's those. Remember, I told y'all that. I'm glad y'all. Don't make me look like I'm crazy. Y'all be having these stories and I'm out here talking and y'all already know. Thank y'all for chiming in, because I said when you go out there, Phoenix and all that, like JR, you're going to get the $1 and all that, but you're going to be stuck out there. You're going to have to work that area until something pops up to get you up out of there, but you're going to get that, man, you're going to get that work. I'm not finna keep talking with y'all with this War Eagle. We gonna see. Go ahead, enjoy your moment. I ain't there yet. It's been a while for me and my boys, but enjoy your moment. Here go one. Let's see. Never change your phone number with the FMCSA. It will set you back 60 days and make you look shady for that time period. I never even thought to say this to y'all. I'm gonna leave that up there while I'm talking about it. So FMCSA, for me, this is for me. Y'all take how you want to. When you're doing business, especially because of what we do and driving around these roads, and y'all know we hit dead areas, we hit this and that, phone not charged, phone breaks. I have 2 phones. I mentioned that before. But when I set up FMCSA, if you have these options, set up more than one phone number that you know you have access to. I don't care if it's a loved one, say your spouse. Put both of y'all numbers down. Make sure it's somebody you trust. I don't want you to be scammed by somebody you loved. Make sure you put more than one down. Business phone, personal phone. If you got 3 business, personal, and a spouse, put them all down. Because like Rob just said, Sean just told you, it'll set you back. And I don't want you sitting back, because that setback is another price you have to pay. And we're not trying to keep playing these prices. Let's see, where's it going? Jeff Allen, trying to do a one-on-one. Fam, the link is in the description. Matter of fact, I can tell you what it says. Where'd it go? The type is because we redid some things. I'm trying. It's in the description, and the link is under the one that say 101 BG, and it say let's build your strategy together. That's the link, fam. It's in the description. Dang, it happened to you too, fam. I'm telling you, we all learning this, fam. Don't think you out there going through stuff together. We all paying similar prices. And you know the biggest one we talk about as you get older, all the information that we got now, if we would have knew this 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we would have already probably been at the top. But it's okay. It's cool. We still moving slow and steady. Where's the race, baby? We still getting up there. What you got, Wendy? Paid the price for not educating myself more. But I think we all know this was a great decision. Hey, if I knew what I knew now, because granted, I was sitting out, I told you after retirement, I was sitting around chilling. If I already knew half of this stuff that I know now, I would have hit the ground running. I would have met y'all about 4-5 years ago. We had already been doing other type of business. We've been talking other things, but it's cool. This is the building stages. This is the time where God aligned for us all to come together as one and grow together. So I ain't even mad at it. J Harv, we still need the link. Hey. Y'all know what I'm talking about, J Harv. We need that link. But no, there's a price to pay. And as you see, we threw up a couple. As more to continue to come in, I'm going to bring them up and show you that we all got to pay this price. The thing that I don't like about paying the price, and this started that gatekeeping conversation a while back, there's some prices that in my mind, I don't feel everybody should has to pay. If you know a little bit of something that can help save and help the next person, that's why I love the fam over here, because we do that over here. We gonna drop the knowledge, whether it be business, personal, whatever it may be. We build together because that's that price you got to pay. Now, don't get me wrong. There's still a line in there that say there's a price you got to pay. And that's why we talked about the thin line between gatekeeping and all that. I just mentioned the fan that say they want to do one-on-ones. Those, because we got to actually talk. Got to pay something. We just can't sit here and spend time wasting a day. And I would do the same for y'all. That's why I told you already. You know me, I play all day. We have games and we do jokes and we give back to the people around us. You just seen one. We got a bet going. I'm shaking hands right now. The Bucks beat Texas. Sullivan, I got you. 1-on-1 on me. It's going to be a recap, but a 1-on-1 on me. And so that's the same with anything, the price you have to pay. Now, the other part of that, because, we We have fun over here. We talk about the money. The other price, the reason I asked y'all to put y'all's things that y'all went and go through and the stuff y'all dealt with because other people are going through it, that's that mental health part. That's a price you got to pay. If you don't take care of that mental health finding, because we might have said you got to have somebody to talk to. I mean, about financial situations. You also have to have that mental health outlet. You need to strengthen that mental health. And I remember one of the fans, he was asked, they were dropping like, hey, I needed this information as we've been going, because I told y'all before, and I said that in the video. I didn't say it on the live. So let's say it on the live right quick so we can get it out there. The price you have to pay. The videos that are going on right now, as stuff continues to happen as we make videos and do different loads and all that, if something new exposes itself about the cargo van or transportation business, I'm definitely going to let y'all know. But from here to the end of the year, because we got the foundation, we talked about the walls and all that, the framework. The biggest thing of a framework is your mental. It don't matter what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do something financial, it's your mental. How are you going to handle stopping spending or save this, put money aside, say no to going on that trip, say no to going out to eat. Same with health. You got to get to that habit of, we talked about this in habit stacking in a previous video. It's all starting to come together, ain't it? Habit stacking, where you build certain habits. So if you're talking about working out, eating better, that's all mental. Now we're talking about this. Remember I told you about the video in the van. We driving around, and sometimes you might be up by yourself. You might hit dead zone areas and nobody to talk to. People asleep. You on back roads, and it's just you, your thoughts in the van. Me and Chip and I had many conversations talking to God. That's when you have to go back to that mental health of how do you handle that? How do you deal with those stressors? Health when we're in these vans, eating the best way we can, not always going to Buc-ee's, getting the cheesesteak and the 3 meats. No. Got to worry about health. Remember, we went through that. We was doing knocking our push-ups at every gas station we got. I hope y'all kept that habit in there, because just because I ain't showed it to you, that was a habit stack, knocking out push-ups every time we got gas. This is all habit stacking because we're paying the price now. So when we do get to that end and get to that, hit that success, we just talked about it with the quicks about finding somebody financial. You're going to be strengthened financially. You're going to be strengthened physically. You're going to be strengthened mentally. Hey, you over here rocking with BG and the family. You're always going to get strengthened spiritually, but you're going to start hitting those pillars. And it's just something that I picked up over the years. I told y'all about ET in the podcast. I picked up from Jamal King, 9 to 5 millionaire. I had it. I was calling it the 5 pillars. I didn't call it the 5 pillars, but it was the 5 things that I focused on. He just gave me the name for it. Same way I give you names for stuff. And it was like the 5 pillars. Where you work on your family, your fitness, your finances, your freedom, and what's the last F? Faith. Faith, fitness, finance, freedom, and family. That's the 5. I think I'm playing. It's over here on the board. That's my plans. And I'm finna read it to you because it's over there. Under my faith, for me, weekly Bible plan, pray more, my family, communicate more, make quality time, finance, debt free. I know you know your boy don't like that. Fitness, eat healthy. I even got on there 500 miles a year. That's walking or running. If y'all knew, I got a whole tracker. Me and my wife go walking all the time. And then the freedom for me, cargo van. The freedom is teaching y'all and helping y'all. Like, that's freedom for me because we already good. But the more of us that's free and reach the top, that's the 5 pillars, fam. But that's the price that me and my family are willing to pay to achieve those goals. We just sharing it with y'all along the journey because I want y'all to do it too. I'm gonna come back to that thought. Hold that thought, because we still talk about mindset, and I ain't finna go on that because that all ultimately has to do with the price you pay in the beginning versus the end. So I'm gonna come back to that. Hold the thought on the mindset. Hey, come on, fam, Bucket. We here. I told you this ain't promotion, but hey, if you want help, let's get it. Let's get it. I'm ready to talk to all of y'all and help anything. It ain't just business. It could be anything. We got a plethora of knowledge over here. We got some experience in a little bit of stuff. Hey, Rich, when you get that 6 months and try to select this, let us know. I ain't on it. Let us know. Maybe we need to all talk about it. Let us know. I think Jay Hart said, I think brokers try to use their reliable clients before they even go to the low board route. And I respect that. I think if this is for me getting extended high roof with some, hey, I believe that brokers do that as well. I've told you times that brokers, That's where we got the name from. Highway Pilot. We're gonna talk about that later. That's another video. But yeah, brokers have called me after, and that's how you build the relationship. We talked about that. Show me your network, I'll show you your net worth. But it starts up here because they gotta be able to talk to you, business communication, the price you pay. We talk about this. Let's see. I'm trying to play. I'm playing catch up. LOL, 10 push-up good for these steaks, burritos in my book. Hey, I'm with you on that. I'm good. I'm with you on that. That's true of J Hard. They definitely build relationships. I like Fox, but they in the way. Hey, I'm telling you, just keep building your relationship. Don't worry, it's true. I talked to you last week, so I wasn't gonna put an ABB out on you, but you ain't never late, fam. You here now. Nelson, they messing with you. Oh, we ain't fooling with you, Nelson. We is not fooling with you. I appreciate the content. I got to get to bed. 2 a.m. comes quick. Yes. 2 a.m. Get you some rest, fam. We going to be here when you come back. We all good over here, fam. Tap back in with us. I'll talk to you next week anyway. But yeah, we'll be waiting on you. Everybody hollering at Just True. See, we ain't got to put no APB out on nobody right now. Let's see. Almost got scammed by a fake TQL company. Offered us dedicated lane, but we had to pay $1,000 of. Now I say you got to pay the price. You paying them again and then. One thing you don't have to do, if you got somebody say you need to pay a price in the beginning to get a load, that's an obvious one. We talk about being scammed and understanding and all that, but if that's true, I'm not knocking nobody. It's just the way BG Spidey senses work. There's no way in the world I should pay you to pay me. Nah, that don't work for my no. I can't do it. So pay attention, ask, hey, y'all want to take that chance? I just say that's just me. I don't knock nobody. I'm not saying it's fake. I'm just saying me. The way my mind set up growing up from a boy from Houston, nah, that don't work for me. I'm glad you said this. J Hard said I get all my loads from Fox. I feel like I'm wasting money with DAT and truck stop. So remember, keep in mind, because I don't think I've covered this. Matter of fact, I got a couple of screenshots I'm put up in a couple of videos. I mentioned this before about certain brokers. There are brokers that will put out there and they won't work with certain. I know I've seen Fox carriers up there before. I've seen Landstar before. There's one more I've seen a regular, like it'll say it in the comments, like know this or know that. And I'm not saying that means you're supposed to stop working with who getting you this bag. I'm saying that whatever that broker went through with that company, with that, and it ain't you, because it say Fox carries. That means it's drivers. But that broker paid a price with one of those drivers, two of those drivers, a multitude of those drivers that was not you. And that made them say, I'm not doing work with them no more. That's the whole part of this building thing and building relationships and networks, because you need to start paying your own price. We can't allow somebody else that paid a price before us, unless it's God, that paid a price before us dictate how we go achieve our success. Not when the writing is on the roll. That's why we threw up the different things the fam has already paid a price for, because there's no reason for us to go pay the same price when people in the fam that we know and trust and talk to on a weekly basis is giving us knowledge and dropping stuff in the comments. I don't need to go pay the same price. Not I. Not I, says the cat. But no, I'm just saying, that's just my thought on it. Everybody has to do their own thinking on that, but that's just from your boy BG. What's going on, Maggers in the building? Hey, what's going on, fam? Yes, so write your questions down before we get to, because don't get me wrong, I'm going to always rock with you and help you out, but it will help you with those questions if you already got them wrote down. But don't worry, we'll work something out. As fam, we not did it a couple times. I don't let nobody slide. I'm going to figure out something. We're going to work something out together. We're going to get them answers for you. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm playing catch up. What about all this double brokering? That ain't nothing we can do about that, fam. I'm just being honest. That's that. So I'll give you one. I know, like the bigger companies, let's say Landstar, because I just brought that one up. Companies like Landstar, the JB Hunts, then this is just something I learned. If you ever pay attention to your BOL, and sometimes they even tell you, like, hey, say you're this company when you're picking up, depending on, but you know, the bigger companies, they'll buy out enough of the smaller freight because they got 53-foot dry vans. and they can buy out enough freight, and they can put 3 pallets in that dry van, 10 pallets in that dry van, 5 pallets in it, and complete a load and put their drivers on it. And what happens is they'll have a spillover and have an overage loss leader that they've already got the bulk of they got the work that they need, and their loss leader like, okay, we can do away if we let those 2 pallets go. We can go away with those 3 pallets. We can give that 1 pallet over that's going here to that loss leader because they already hit their numbers. And that's when you get the other broker that are able to bid or have that connection with Landstar, and they put those loads on the board. And then that's why you're seeing some of the brokering it'll say Landstar, because they're operating under Landstar, that brokerage company is. But when you talk to them, it might be saying, hey, Joe's brokering, little Susie's freight movement, but it falls under Landstar because they're an agent working under them, double brokering. But that's how that happens. And that's why we talked about today, the price you pay, loss leader. So some cases, that's why we got to be real smart about how we just talked about TQL saying charging $1,000. You got to be real smart and understanding as you get in this game and you start realizing how certain things shake and move. Sometimes that does, because we can't double broker. We can't. Us little guys. Like I can't get a load and then hit y'all up and be like, here, like according to the rules, I can't do that. But they can. And that's one of the things that they do. And so you have to start understanding and vetting that. That's why I say check your MC, like the MC that they have against your factoring company, because then you'll start picking that up. And that's just part of the game. You just have to know and figure out and understand those moments when they come and when they arrive of how they work. Hey, what's going on? You've been doing dispatching locally. I already had a customer asking to work with me directly. Hey. This is the part of the price you pay. It don't matter how long you've been in this game. You can be in this game 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. Everybody's journey is going to be different. There's fam out there that got dispatchers that they just got blessed the first time around, got the dispatchers and they got them running. They got the carrier companies that just got them running out the gate versus somebody that's been trying to figure it out. There's some people that run one-on-one by themselves and moving all around, and then there's some people that's struggling with it. It all goes different ways. Some people get, in this case, direct clients right out the gate. Some it takes years. That's why we over here talking, because we sharing the price that we all had to pay to help others understand that somebody's going through what you're going through, and the price is going to be different for every single body. And I learned this a long time ago, because shoe freak. Back in the day, the Jordans that I used to get in Houston, my boys and all that, because we play travel ball. My boys up in New York and Chicago got whole different colorways. And we had to work together. Hey, man, give me a size 12 and send it to me. All right, I'll send you a size 14, 13. Because that's how we got the different colorways. And I remember walking into school, because we talked about them younger days, walking into school with them different. They were like, bitch, where you got them from? Don't worry about it. But it was the price I had to pay. I was out there the one hooping there in the summer. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. But yeah, fam, it's just part of life, and that's how things are going. So your path and your journey won't look the same, but there are bits and pieces of it that no matter what stage of your journey, what part of your journey you're on, you're going to pay a price. The problem with it is everybody thinks their price should be higher or lower based on how they feel. That's why we talked about it. Don't outprice yourself, because people out here tell you, don't run for nothing but $3 a mile. Yeah, you're right. That person that told you that is driving a hazmat tanker, or don't run for nothing but $2 a mile. You're right. But the person you're talking to is operating a box truck up out of Ohio. They'll tell you in the gig apps, if you're not making $300 a day, you ain't getting it. But that person is doing DoorDash in California, and you live in the middle of Kansas. The price you have to pay is different, but at the same time, no matter who you are. We know at the same time we got to do stuff to set up ourselves for our future, whether that's 401ks, whether that's retirements. That's that financial advice that the Quicks was telling us about. We have to know about stuff that we have to do for our health. Don't be like Nelson. We can't be going to do 10 push-ups and then go inside and go get 30 burritos. But we have to do stuff now that we can't go back to the past. We learned those lessons. We paid that price, but now we have to do stuff now. Pay the price now so that we can get the baby bag. So when things like Chip have to go to the clinic, we already in position. I like that, Jay. It wasn't a shot at you, fam. I know what you meant. My bad. If it came off like that, my bad, fam. I wasn't trying to make it feel like that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't beat me up. Don't beat me up. I wasn't trying to make that. What's going on? Expedited King is in the building. So Jay Hart, I'm gonna tell you right now. The TQL load board in itself, I've learned something that if you got, I told you I've downloaded the TQL load board because when they push the loads out, it hits their load boards like a few seconds to a few minutes before it crosses over. It's their platform before it crosses over the DAT because I'll be looking at both. It'll hit a few seconds early, and if you miss it, you miss it. But it also is your region because right now in this triangle, TQL, last few of them loads out, y'all seen your boy doing been TQL. They've been pumping, and again. Relationships paid that price. Two of the brokers that work at 2KL, they was the ones hitting me up directly. That's just is what it is. JCM in the house. Yes, certain carriers are winning. All carriers are not created equal. It just all depends, fam. It all depends. And where you land, that's why I tell you get as many as you can, and you're gonna find it's no different in gear gaps. You got to get as many as you can because the gear gaps that might work in your area might not work in the next area. Chris is asking anybody know about Odessa and Expedite Alliance. We asking that because we want to make sure nobody getting scammed. You know, if you're getting scammed, let them know. I got a lot for Fox, but the problem is they cut this too much. A lot of Fox drivers be bidding too low, or at least lower than I'm willing to. They're trying to keep you around 70 cents a mile. That's the other good thing. So if you learn one thing I've noticed from talking to different family about carriers, price you pay. We talk about certain numbers over here. Those carriers those drivers and all that work underneath those carrier companies, they're not over here with us, fam. I'm not knocking nobody, but I said, you know me, we talked about it before, the 3 no's. You don't know that you don't know what you don't know. They're not over here rocking with us, fam. So they don't understand the information we're putting out. And I'm not saying we right or wrong, but the information that they getting from people, the knowledge, that's why I asked them to live who you're talking to. The group of people that they might talk to, they might have a whole different platform that works something totally different and get their information totally different. So their numbers aren't going to look like ours. To them, they might be thinking they winning. Somebody might be out there telling them 75 cents a mile, and somebody that's going for $1 might be like, you crazy. The same way we talk about $1 a mile. And people look at us and say, we crazy. Like, hey, we got to do what works. That's why I say the price we willing to pay and knowing your rates, knowing what works for you. It just ain't going to work out. Everybody got to pay different price. What's going on, fam? I told you. You told you to show up. I had a great one-on-one, man. I hope everything going. Hey. It's time to get to work. You know, we talked about it. So let's get to it. And I know you go because you're already ahead of the game anyway. So you ain't got to do nothing but keep winning. That's just what we talked about. Just keep winning, fam. Just keep winning. Don't worry. And don't worry. We're going to do a checkup because I want everybody, because we do follow-ups over here. So everybody know that the price you pay means you winning in. I'm not doing this with you today. I'm not. Just be surprised. I worked hard for mine too, but we got to do something about them bellies because them bellies might come back to get us in a couple years. So we going to have to turn. I know for me, I got to slide by that Buc-ee's. I can't keep hitting them up with them cheese steaks, but they be calling me, especially if it's breakfast time with that brisket. That brisket burrito be so good. Rich, I agree. And that's why I usually don't go 500 miles. I got off punishment and wanted me to drive 18 hours. What? 18 hours for 600? 16. 18 hours, 16. So you know your boy, I do quick math in my head. At least $1 a mile, 600 miles. We talking about 9 hours. When we start talking about 18 hours, we start jumping in to 12 and 13 and 1100 miles. So that should already, you tell me 18 hours, I need to see a band in front of it. That's why I tell y'all to break down the hours. 200 miles, 3 hours, quick math. Yeah. All right, what's going on? You got approved with and logistics. Then I started hearing horror stories about them, so I never used them. And Okay. What was the horror stories? That's when we got to first peel back. That's the first one. Two, when you got approved by them, did you already start working with them? I'm asking you that because that makes a big difference. That makes a big difference because we talked about it. People get told pay for one, and let's see. I see it popping up now. They don't pay, and the next thing you said was no. Okay. I don't remember the video. I just remember we talked about it. And if y'all remember the video, direct D towards it. It was the video about knowing your cost of living and your CPM, but mainly the cost of living. Because we have drivers out here on the road that I've listened to, had conversations to. They cost of living is so high, and they went out and bought too much. They didn't talk to that financial person that the Quicks mentioned. And so they think they should be paid so much to drive because they outprice themselves. In the cargo van, I'm just going to be honest, straight up with you. If a person comes in the cargo van business and they thinking they finna make $1.50, $1.75, $2 off of every single load back to back of the vast majority of their loads, they're most likely lying to you. But at the same time, if you have reliable sources saying that they don't pay like this, as you start handling with the fam, you'll realize that you made the right decision. But at the same time, make sure that the person that you're listening to is a reliable source. Because I've talked to drivers out on the road that had a bad circumstances with a broker or a shipper or a certain company, and they'll talk like dirty dog bad about them. But as you peel back the layers, you'll realize that I've seen them. I'm not talking about all the time because it's not taking no brokers and all that off the table because we know what they do. But as I peel back the onion, I find out like, nah, that was your fault. You messed up. Not saying that you messed up, D. That's not what I'm going with this. I'm just saying that. Make sure you vet the sources. Make sure you got the information. Make sure you talk to reliable sources. I've learned to stop just reading reviews a long time ago, especially in the day we're in right now. Somebody say something and make somebody mad, and they get enough people on TikTok to talk about them. A review go down and nothing and talk. But sometimes that's warranted. It's warranted sometimes. But I'm just saying, sometimes you got to do your own research, your own source. Because I've seen people talk bad about different carrier companies on one end, but another end is working for them. Like we just said, like J Hard, TQL don't do right out there by them. But TQL right now has been killing in the triangle right now. It's up and downs. Times of season. I've been with TQL and I'm like, what in the world are you trying to give me? I'm not driving 1,000 miles, $800. See what I'm saying? Like it all depends time and place and where you at. Catching back up. I told you, I knew it. You keep going down there to Miami and you eating all that good food down there. I see what you be eating. You be showing us, but next time you don't, just stick to the fruits that you showed us when you was in Miami that last time. Just stick to the fruits. Because I remember when I got started, boy, Buc-ee's was tearing me up. And I'm not talking about my wallet either. I'm talking about it had me gaining weight and not the good time. But yeah, fam, that's that thing. J Hard, mentally, I tapped out if the lows is under 80 cents, so I don't do them. I agree with you. I told you got to have that baseline number. It's going to be different for everybody. I told you this. And it's different if I'm in the bind and I got to get up out of there 80, 85 cents, I'm going to do that. I'm going to ride out. Depends on the bind. But just out the gate starting out, nah, you ain't even finna, we don't even need to waste each other's time. I've told brokers, I'll be talking to them like, hey, nah, can you do this? Hey, if you got somebody that's willing to do it for that route, that money, I'm not even going to hold you. I don't want to waste your time. It might be best that you work with them because this is what I would need to do that route. But I hope everything works out. I hope you're blessed and that everything goes smoothly. Now, if something comes up and they can't handle it and they can't do it, call back and I'll make sure you get your load there on time and intact. Just that simple. And I'm going to go about my business because it gets to a number where it doesn't benefit the company. It doesn't even make sense for me to get in the van, but that's here or there. Oh, y'all started going fast. All right, we're giving out, hey, to pay the price. I'm telling you, fam, we're going to talk about this. Levi say fasting 16.8 is the only thing I found to lose weight while being a driver. I'm going to have to look into that. I'm always in the work. And most of the time when I'm driving, I'm watered out anyway. I'm drinking nothing but water. Every now and then you might get me with a protein drink, a snack here and there. But I like that, 16.8. We're going to see. I'm going to look and see what it do. Hey, J Harv, talk to him, Levi. I have to have some discipline and good. This is that pay the price. It don't do no good for us to run out here and work up these bags, and then we don't take the health part of that. And then we get to the end and we got the money, we got the time, but now we're not even healthy enough to enjoy it. And we trying to go on vacation with our loved ones at 60 years old, supposed to be vibrant and hitting it. But because we didn't take the health we supposed to do when we were supposed to do it, we look like that couple that was on that viral reel that was going around back a few years. They was in Italy riding in the gondola. Sleep, passed out. So yeah, I like that. Keep up with your health. F Chambers timing in, telling you, D, don't work for them. They will still owe you. They still owe him from a low from February 4th. Yeah, I like that. Hey, this is why we over here. I appreciate you showing by asking that you put God first in your family and business. I follow you because of your honesty and really trying to help. Hey, that's what we over here for. And you'd be surprised, fam. I appreciate you. And that's how the fam is over here. That's why I rock with y'all. That's why I could be one of them content creators. I need us to get to 100K. I need 50. No, it's going to grow. That's why I don't even tell people to like, share, and subscribe. The people that are going to find us, that they're going to be led over here and join this family. We're going to be here together trying to figure out how to pay the price now so we good in the end. That's what we about to do. It happens over time. I'm so turned off from the food over the road. I love home cooking, and everything on the road it happens. So I started meal prepping. Now, the problem with it is if I go out there and I'm out there past that week, then I got to do something else. I told you about the Sam's Club. I told you my little thing. So one of my little things, I go get them rotisserie chickens and break it down, put it in that cooler. We good. Every night, got a little rotisserie chicken, get you some of them microwave vegetables. Unless I'm in somewhere I haven't been before, y'all know your boy. We're going to try food in the local area. Some things I just can't get away from. Don't judge me. One meal a day and lots of water. Haven't lost, but haven't gained. Them Buc-ee's sliced burger sandwiches, one sauce. Oh, man. And them candy pecan. Ooh, I ain't tried the candy pecan. See, sometimes fam can give you some information and it make you pay the wrong price because I should not be thinking about it. Now I got to go try the candy pecans. Don't worry, Rich. I still love you. You said know your worth. I figured my securement is the most valuable. I agree with that. I'm finna put them in. Use black coffee to subdue your hunger. No sugar, no cream. I'm telling you, fam, we over here. We dropping that. We gonna help everybody out. I can't wait to test Buc-ee's. One is coming to Arizona. Don't tell me that, because then I'm gonna be trying to get lows going. Because if you see when you're going out to Arizona, California way, it's a sign that right when you get in California, and it had a U-turn on it, and it say Buc-ee's 930 some miles back. That kept me sane because it let me know to get up out of there. You put a Buc-ee's in Arizona, I might get stuck there. So don't tell me that, J Har. I came with that talking about, I need you vibrancy. I gotta eat healthy. I can't be sleeping in the gondola at 60 in Italy because, yeah, you know your boy. We travel. This family travels. Don't worry, we're going to take y'all on the whole part of the daily grind. We just in this stage. There's most stages to it. By the time this thing come full circle, you're going to learn how BG and his family be able to travel and go spend 5 months in 2 different countries at different times and go spend weeks over here and there. Don't worry. We got to get foundations first. Got to get the money come so it can. Don't worry. We'll talk about that later. Told you can't give it all at one time because then y'all going to try. I know y'all. I've been watching y'all. Y'all be trying to skip ahead on your boy. Can't do that in the schoolwork. We're in chapter 5. Y'all trying to read chapter 8. I know it's about time everyone have a safe sweet. Hey, you get that rest, Rich. You get that. J Hall, I can't with you just because you're a good dude, but read slower. I'm sorry. I'm going to slow down. They going so fast. I'm trying. Y'all be over here talking, but I promise you. What? You don't like Buc-ee's? What you eat? I know what you eat, but you don't like Buc-ee's? Now we're going to have a talk later on. We talk later on. And I'm greedy. I can't with y'all. But now, fam. Now, as far as your boy, because, you know, we've been talking all night long about the price you pay. So, and I told y'all, I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to let you know when your boy moving and shaking and grooving and when I'm shut it down. So this week, Yes, Chip is outside. If I can take the camera out, I know y'all trust you, but Chip outside. But we're not doing nothing this week. We got business stuff to handle and life stuff. Y'all seen your boy walk in the backyard. Y'all seen me do all kinds of stuff. I already started some of the yard work, but it's stuff that needs to do. I need to do it now, or I'm gonna keep eating these buckets and get lazier and lazier and lazier and not do it in the future. But we taking this week because we got other things to handle, like mental. We talked about the mental part of it. It does no good if you think you have to run, and you don't know how. There's a reason that truck drivers and all that have a 36-hour reset. They got resets, so you don't necessarily have to take a week, fam. But I need you to take a reset. Don't, because we don't have that ELD. We don't have no clock, and I know the brokers and carriers don't care. They'll run you till you go ragged. But there's a price you have to pay, and I don't want y'all to pay the price. We've seen those amazing truckers, their families lose loved ones because they passed away on this road trying to get it. I need y'all to take time too. That's part of that mental and that health that we're talking about. Like your boy, I'm shutting it down this week. I have learned to better protect myself versus chasing the dollar. Plus, it's stuff that needs to be done business-wise, stuff I got to do for y'all because, I realize it's not a good idea probably for me, for the fam that's waiting on the courses. The course is not a good idea for me to wait to the end because then it's going to prolong y'all. And then, fam that already, because I don't know who y'all are. One day y'all going to tell me. Y'all don't know the comments y'all tell me that already bought the books and all that stuff that we put up. Don't worry, links are everywhere. I appreciate y'all, but it's somebody out there that want the book for this year. I got to start working on all that stuff. But it's stuff you have to work on too. We talk about the price. It's stuff that if you think about it, it's maintenance you might need to stop and sit down and really take serious that you've been putting off. It's time with your family you might need to really take serious and put off. It might be you need to sit still and make a plan to make meal prep so you can better eat on the road. It might be sitting still just for your mental health to pay the price now versus later, because best believe mental, physical, financial, we talked about the financials. We talked about the faith. We talked about the freedom. We talked about the family, and we talked about the fitness, the 5 pillars. If you don't pay the price now to strengthen those 5 pillars, as time goes on, one of them is going to get weaker and something's going to crumble. You can't keep everything going. You got to invest in the maintenance of all of those, not just the van. Invest in that maintenance now for those 5 pillars, because if you don't, something's going to give way, and that's the price you got to pay. And that's why we talked about the loss leader, because also inside of that is a loss leader. It might sound crazy to sit down for your boy a week and you be like, BG, you're going to miss out at a minimum 2 bands. I'm willing to take that loss because I know on the back end when I hit that ground running, strengthen family, strengthen faith, strengthen financial, strengthen freedom, strengthen everything. I'm going to turn that 2 bands into 20. I'm a 10x what I don't do because I understand loss leader. Don't worry, fam. We're going to keep talking. I'm going to keep sharing the knowledge. I know we're going to keep talking. Before I get out of here, I want to make sure I go through these comments one more time before we shut it down. I ain't first about he trying Bucky tomorrow. The transporter is AI. Hey, if I didn't know that you was who you was, the transporter, if I didn't know who you was, fam, I would agree with the quicks. You AI, because who don't eat Buckies? Chicken moat. I'm not doing none of this with y'all. Y'all is crazy in here. Been in Texas, and I've never tried it either. Yeah, you better get over there. Amen. 3-day week last week. This will be our 4-day week from Nelson is showing you how they balancing their time off. You don't know what you're missing. I'm telling you. Good thing about living in Atlanta, I'm constantly in and out with Lowe's, so I'm home all the time. So what Transporter talking about? We talk about the circle. I'm gonna wrap it up quick. Talk about the circle, and we talk about the triangle. Atlanta is on that cusp of the circle, just like Houston, and then you find your triangle within. So you do that, and you can get back to the house more and more often. That's a piece of the nugget of how the transporter pays the price. And if don't nobody know, and if y'all ain't been over there, the transporter, he basically is one of them individuals. He might be in a cargo van now, but that man has ran the country in all vehicles, semis, concrete, whatever you think of, man, been out there. I keep up with you, fam. I know what you got going on. Too much driving causing me PTSD. This is why there are 3 CDL holders for every truck on the road. See, I'm telling you, fam, it's got to do this stuff. Appreciate it. I'm not with y'all. What's good, fam? You might have caught the end, but please rewatch it. I ain't letting nobody go. I just bought my chickens today, ready to hit the road tomorrow. And I see it right now. Y'all see it. The missus say have a great week. Because that means it's time to relax and chill. Me and her, we got work that we got to do. Don't worry, the video from San Antonio load, we will get that out this tomorrow, Tuesday, whenever the missus get to it, because we got a bunch of work to do. That's why we shutting it down this week, because we hold each other accountable. And that's what it do when you create that support system. We talked about that before. We're not going down that road. So, yeah, y'all go ahead. Y'all get ready. Have a blessed week. I know some of y'all have already laid it down. And I know y'all going to catch this live tomorrow. But if it is, because we finna pray it out now, but it's going to be a prayer to get you going for tomorrow. So y'all know what it is. Y'all know what time it is. Go ahead. Close them eyes. Bow them heads. Our Father God, the fam is here again to once again say thank you, because not only did you make us get through this amazing week, we came back together on another beautiful and glorious Sunday. Now, as we get ready to part ways and get ready to start this week again, some of us are staying home. Some of us are about to hit the road. Whatever it may be, Jesus, we know that you have already paid that price for us to be successful for the week that we're coming up. Now we ask that you give us the strength to pay that price, whether it be somewhere in that 5 pillars, to strengthen it so that we can hit that blessing on the other end and meet again come next Sunday. I ask these and many more blessings in your darling son Jesus' name as you continue to watch over us, bless us, and keep us. Amen. And just like that, fam, it's time to get up out of here. I already know y'all got the bag. Some fam already said they going to go to sleep with it. They already got it, and some of y'all going to get it. But either way it go, y'all go get y'all bags. You know your boy going to be chilling this week. We might throw up some little snippets of what we doing, but it ain't going to be no video, except the one from the low we did in San Antonio. So for your boy, I'm going to catch you on the next live, and you already know what I want you to do. Until the next live, y'all stay blessed.